God bless you all. Minister Dave here to talk to you about Mother's Day 2024. On this beautiful Mother's Day, we gather to celebrate the incredible gift of mothers in our lives. It's like the grand opening of a theme park where every ride promises a whirlwind of love and life lessons, and the entrance fee is just being born. Mothers are the anchors in our storm, the lighthouses guiding us through life's roughest seas. Imagine trying to navigate a spicy sea of good hot salsa without a corn chip in sight. Yeah, that's how lost we'd be without our moms. Their love is a constant, a source of strength that shapes us from the very beginning. It's the Wi-Fi signal of the soul, always there even when it's invisible. Think back to your childhood. Remember the warmth of a mother's embrace, the soothing melody of her lullaby that chased away nighttime fears. It was like having a personal superhero whose superpower was making monsters under the bed shaken in their imaginary boots. Recall the countless sacrifices, the sleepless nights spent rocking a fussing baby, the unwavering support through scraped knees and broken hearts. A mother's love is a sanctuary, a place where we are always welcome, unconditionally loved and fiercely protected. It's the all-you-can-eat buffet of emotional nourishment. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 28 through 29 beautifully describes a virtuous woman, a testament to strength and character of mothers, where it says, in Proverbs 31, 28 through 29, her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also praises her. Again, that's in Proverbs 31, verse 28 through 29. Mothers are the backbone of families, the nurturers, the educators, and the cheerleaders. They instill in us values, teach us compassion, and mold us into the people we are today. They're like the secret ingredient in a recipe that makes everything taste better. Yet, a mother's role extends far beyond the walls of a home. Mothers are doctors, teachers, entrepreneurs, artists. They are the driving force behind countless achievements, shaping not just families, but communities and the world at large. They juggle more hats than a hat rack in a hat store closet. Today, let us not only celebrate the mothers who are present with us, but also remember those who are no longer here. Their love and guidance continue to shape our lives, a testament to the enduring power of a mother's bond. It's like their love is a software update and we carry them forever. It just keeps us being made better. For those who may have had a difficult relationship with their mother, know that you are not alone. Let us extend forgiveness and understanding, for mothers are human too and strive for reconciliation where possible. It's never too late to patch things up, kind of like finally fixing that blinking VCR clock from the 1980s. Most importantly, let us use this day as a springboard for action. How can we show our mothers, biological or otherwise, the depth of our gratitude? A heartfelt phone call, a handwritten note, a bouquet of flowers. These gestures, however small, speak volumes. They're the cherry on top of the gratitude cake. Let us also honor the mothers in our communities, the mentors who guide our children, the women who selflessly give of themselves. It's like giving an Oscar for Best Supporting Role in our lives. Mothers are a gift from God, a constant source of love and strength. Today and every day, let us cherish them, celebrate them, and strive to be worthy of their unwavering light. After all, they light up our worlds more brightly than a Christmas tree in Times Square. So let's talk about what is the modern mother of today. Picture her as the ultimate Swiss Army knife in the sprawling camping ground of life. A child's world is a wilderness filled with daunting mountains of homework, rushing rivers of social situations, and occasionally poison ivy patches of bad decisions. Into this scene strides the mother equipped with every imaginable imaginable tool to ensure not just survival, but thriving. Let us start our exploration in the Bible, which despite its age never really goes out of style, kind of like a mother's advice. Proverbs 31 describes a woman who is clothed with strength and dignity and laughs without fear of the future. Picture her as a superhero in an apron instead of a cape, who replaces fear with formidable cackle that can scare away fears under the bed and teen angst alike. A modern mother acts as the family's chief strategist, much like Nehemiah rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem in the face of overwhelming odds. She's got blueprints for everything from weekly menu to the carpool schedule. Nehemiah chapter 4 verse 6 tells us the people worked with all their heart. In the same way, a mother invests her whole heart into the seemingly mundane tasks of daily life, turning them into acts of love and dedication. Now consider the imagery, of the Good Shepherd in John chapter 10 verses 11, where Jesus describes himself as the shepherd who lays down his life for the sheep. In John chapter 10 verse 11, it reads, "I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep." And that's in John chapter 10 verse 11. Now, in John chapter 10 verse 11 through 18 goes on to elaborate on this concept, contrasting the good shepherd with a hired hand who abandons the sheep in danger. A mother, in a similar vein, acts as the shepherd of her household, guiding her little flock through the dense forests of life. She's there to fend off the prowling predators of bad influences and to gently prod her kids back on track when they wander off path. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4 through 7, the Apostle Paul gives us a lyrical description of love, patient, kind, not envious, not boastful. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4 through 7, it reads, "Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things." And that's in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 through 7. Isn't that a snapshot of a mother's love? She's the patient listener to the endless tales of playground politics, the kind of soother of skinned knees and bruised egos. She celebrates successes without stealing the spotlight and bears every hardship alongside her child, her love, an anchor in the choppy seas of adolescence. The humor in a mother's life, it often comes in sitcom-worthy scenarios. Picture the chaos of a typical morning like a scene from a slapstick comedy involving spilt cereal, mismatched socks, and a dog that's way too enthusiastic about its role in the madness. Yet through it all, she manages not just to keep her sanity, but to orchestrate this mix into a symphony of organized chaos, her conductor's baton, possibly a toothbrush or a spatula. In Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, fathers are specifically mentioned to not irritate their children, but to bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord. In Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, where it says, "And you fathers, do not provoke your children to wrath, but bring them up in the training and admonition of the Lord." Again, that's Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4. Well, guess what? A mother too takes up this same mantle, often becoming the spiritual GPS of the household. She navigates through the thick fogs of doubt and the detours of faith, ensuring her family keeps close to the teachings that light their path. To wrap it up, think of a modern mother as a master chef in the kitchen of life. She knows her ingredients, the dreams and fears of her children. She knows when to apply heat, when to let something simmer, and when it's just right to serve up lessons that nourish their souls. So today, as we reflect on the incredible roles mothers play, let's remember that while the tools may have changed digital calendars, replacing leather-bound planners and text messages, often taking the place of shouted reminders across a busy home, the essence of a mother's love and guidance remains as timeless and vital as ever. Here's to our modern mothers, the everyday heroes armed with love, laughter, and an uncanny ability to find lost socks. Now, mothers represent the first fruits of the Spirit, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. Now, today, since it's Mother's Day, we're going to take a joyful dive into Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 through 23, where we can find the famous list of the fruits of the Spirit. I'll read it to you, Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 through 23, where it says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law." Again, that's in Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 through 33. This is particularly fitting because, let's be honest, if anyone displays these fruits, it's our mothers, grandmothers, aunts, wives, and the incredible women in our lives. So let's start with love. Love is the first fruit listed, and I think we can all agree that moms have the superhero ability to love us even when we make it super difficult for them. Like, remember the times you decide to give yourself or your sibling a haircut and mom still said you looked unique instead of freaking out? Now that's love. Then there's joy. Moms have this special power to find joy in the little things, even if it's just 5 minutes of silence in the bathroom or finally finding the TV remote after turning the house upside down. And let's not forget the joy on a mom's face when she actually sits through a meal without getting up 20 times. Miracles do happen. Peace is up next. Moms are like the professional peacekeepers. They can stop World War III from breaking out over the last piece of pizza. Somehow they manage to bring peace to the chaos of everyday life, even if it means threatening everyone within a 2-mile radius to just get along or else. Patience. Oh, the saintly virtue of patience. How many times have moms stood by, counting to 10 or maybe 100, while their child insists on tying their own shoes or picking out their clothes, moving at the speed of a snail on vacation? Moms, you deserve a medal. Now, kindness is a given. Who else remembers you need a winter coat when it's 40 degrees outside, even though you're in college? Or who sends care packages with your favorite cookies when you're feeling down? Only moms go the extra mile to make sure the hungry college fund really means food and not just textbooks. Goodness, the general heart of doing what's right even when it's hard. Like when moms insist you apologize to your sister for calling her room a dump, even if it was the honest truth. Now, moms demonstrate goodness, teaching us integrity and honesty, often with that mom look that says, you know what you did. Now, faithfulness is next. Moms show up. They cheer the loudest at your games, support your crazy science project ideas, and still claim you sing beautifully even if it sounds like you're gargling rocks. Their faithfulness shows in every packed lunch and every comforting hug. Gentleness. Have you ever noticed how a mom can make a scraped knee feel better with just a kiss and a Band-Aid? Or how she tackles the nightmare fears in your closet with nothing but a nightlight and some fierce determination? That's the power of gentleness. Lastly, self-control. Moms might want to yell when they step on yet another piece of Lego, but instead they take a deep breath and gently remind you to pick up your toys for the 10th time that day. As we celebrate Mother's Day, let's remember and appreciate all the wonderful ways the women in our lives embody these fruits of the Spirit. They model these virtues in ways that are humorous, heartwarming, and sometimes a little heroic. So today, thank your mom for not just the love, joy, and peace, but for all those fruits. Yes, even for her patience during your slow-motion shoe tying phase when you were younger. Let's give them a round of applause and maybe let them have that last piece of pizza for once. Amen. Now, lessons of Mother's Day. Let's talk about the lessons of Mother's Day. Now, Mother's Day isn't just about giving cards, flowers, or making breakfast in bed, although those are excellent ways to show love and appreciation. It's like looking at a garden full of flowers. Every flower starts from a tiny seed, that needed a lot of care, just like we all started as little ideas in the minds and hearts of our mothers. Step 1, listen like your ears are in stereo. Our first step to being a better person is truly listen. Moms have this superpower. They listen to not just our words, but also our silences and moods. So if we start listening to others with as much attention as our moms give us, imagine how much better we'd understand the people around us. Step 2, unleash the power of patience. Have you ever watched your mom juggle a million things at once? It's like she has 8 arms, each doing something different. Now, here's where patience comes in. We learn it through the mom experience, waiting for us to tie our shoes, finish our homework, or learn to ride a bike. Patience is like waiting for a cake to rise in the oven. If you keep opening the oven, the cake will flop. Let's practice keeping that oven door shut and giving the cake the time it needs. Patience with others can turn potential flops into delicious victories. Step 3, cultivate kindness. Mothers are often our first experience of unconditional love. Like gardeners who water their plants daily, moms tend to our needs. If we take that lesson and water the world around us with kindness, we contribute to a healthier, happier environment. Think of kindness as a sunshine. Spread it liberally and watch as the world around you blooms. Step 4, forgive like you have amnesia. Here comes a tough one, forgiveness. Moms forgive us so quickly as if they have a magical form of amnesia. Forgot to take out the trash? Left your clothes on the floor? Mom might not be happy, but she forgives. When we learn to forgive, we're tossing out the old grudges to make room for new growth. Think of it as weeding your garden. It's tough and sometimes painful, but necessary. Step 5, share your sunshine. Finally, sharing. Mothers are great sharers from their time and advice to the last slice of pie. And let's take our cue from them and share what we have, our time, our talents, and our treasures. When you share, you're not losing anything. You're actually creating more happiness, more smiles, and more pies. And so let's talk about a true story. Back in the swinging 60s, my mom was basically a circus ringmaster, but instead of lions and tightrope walkers, her gig was carting around 9 kids in a VW bus. Picture this, no SUVs, just a van filled with a circus load of kids, 9 of them. One day, the trusty VW decided to take a nap right in the middle of the road. Kerplunk and sputter. And with no cell phones, yeah, those were the days, Mom had to go on a mini adventure, knocking on strangers' doors, begging to borrow a phone. She appointed my oldest brother as the official kid watcher, guarding the van like it was Fort Knox, while Mom embarked on her quest for a phone. After a series of knocks, a kind lady, a mother herself, finally let us use the phone. Enter my dad, riding to the rescue in his beast of a car, a 1968 Pontiac Grand Prix. This thing wasn't just a car, it roared like a dinosaur thanks to its monstrous 450 cubic inch engine. That's almost 8 liters. Dual resonators and 8 lug nuts on the mag. With a rope tied from the Grand Prix to the VW bus, we were like a parade float being towed back home. Decades later, the name of that kind woman, who most importantly was a mother herself, lent her phone, still echoes in our family stories. It's a tale of a simple act of kindness that became legendary, reminding us how a little help can leave a big impact, especially for a caring mother of 9 children. A fitting Bible scripture for the sentiment expressed in the description of a simple act of kindness becoming legendary is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16, where the scripture says, "Do not neglect to do good and to share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God." And that's in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. This verse is important because it tells us to be kind and to share what we have. It explains that when we do these things, it makes God happy. This fits well with the story because it talks about how even a small help can make a big difference, especially to someone who has a lot of responsibility, like a mom with 9 kids. The verse teaches us that being kind and sharing are valuable actions that can have a big impact on others. I almost forgot that story. That story hasn't been told since my mother's passing 10 years ago in 2014. It's good to remember all the absent mothers, grandmothers, aunts, and godmothers, and women that are important in our lives and to our children. Let's give a big shout out to the amazing moms and grandmas, aunts and grandmothers, and godmothers and women who aren't with us anymore but still rock our worlds. Remembering them is like flipping through a cool old photo album in our hearts. Don't forget to honor these superhero ladies who have made a huge impact on our lives. And in closing, let's acknowledge that while moms, grandmothers, aunts, godmothers, and wives are heroes, our guiding lights, and often our biggest cheerleaders, they also possess a secret weapon, a fantastic sense of humor. After all, they did choose to marry men like us. Indeed, our mothers teach us crucial lessons about kindness and responsibility. However, perhaps the most important lesson they impart is the ability to laugh at themselves and with one another. Today, let's give our moms, grandmothers, and aunts, and godmothers and wives the gift of laughter in addition to flowers and hugs. If there's one sound that delights a mother's heart, it's the laughter of her family, whether it's sparked by dad's adventurous but disastrous attempt at chores or actually doing chores, turning the kitchen and laundry room into a scene from a chaotic science experiment. Happy Mother's Day to all the incredible moms, grandmothers, aunts, and godmothers and wives out there who keep smiling even when we make it challenging. And let's remember every day should be Mother's Day because with all the laundry they tackle, they deserve more than just one day of celebration. And a big love you to Prophet Melly, our spiritual mother at Rainfire Church. As we draw the curtains on our exploration of the modern mother, let's remember that she is much like a lighthouse, standing firm on the coastline of life's tumultuous seas. With her guidance, her family navigates through foggy challenges and stormy troubles, always knowing that her light, a beacon of wisdom and warmth, will guide them safely home. So next time you see a mother juggling tasks with a smile or steering her family with gentle hands, think of her as the captain of a ship. Her love and dedication keep the sails of her family ship full as they voyage through the ever-changing ocean of life. Let's give a hearty cheer for our mothers, the unsung heroines of our everyday adventures. Feliz Dia de la Madre from all of us at Rainfire Church to our special ladies in our lives, here and around the world. Happy Mother's Day.